What is going on, everyone? Brian Downward here, your host of Laptop Empires, the show that teaches digital marketers how to build and grow a business from anywhere in the world. This is episode number 32, and today we're going to be talking about 5 sales hacks that digital marketers can use to find more clients and close more deals. Now, sales is a bit of a scary topic for marketers, and I always tell people who have been in sales in the past that I envy that experience because most of us digital marketers think that we can just write blog posts or post to social media and do these marketing things that are going to get clients in the door, and that's not the case. Especially when you're starting out, you need to be doing things that are more proactive, more hands-on, and that'll actually get you in a position to be able to sell people things and not just annoy them, and in a position where you're going to have to prove your worth and your value, but instead coming from a place of learning what they need, giving that to them, and then being able to sell them what they need and not having such high expectations. So these sales hacks and tips I think are really going to benefit you. And the reason why I'm focusing on this topic in this episode is I recently released a free email course, and over 5 days inside that email course, I go into each of these topics we're going to dive into in this episode in even more detail. I will drop a link to that below this video. But in the meantime, let's get into these 5 hacks, all right? So, hack number 1 is all about ending the classic entrepreneurial feast and famine. Now, what the feast and famine is when your business goes like this. Some months it's good, some months it's really bad. And that happens because you're taking projects on a per project or per hour basis instead of charging based on the amount of value you bring and charging a monthly retainer. So this sales hack is a little counterintuitive, but essentially what it allows you to do when you sell retainer services instead of per project or per hour is it actually allows you to sell less, because once you have those clients signed up onto your monthly retainer, you no longer have to go out and sell new clients month after month. Of course, the more you sell, the more you can grow, but it doesn't put you in an awkward position like most freelancers and consultants are in, that you have to always have a pipeline of projects and leads because you're going to run out of the ones that you're currently working on. So monthly retainers are a key way to do this. Now, something else you want to focus on if you want to end the feast and famine is to position yourself not so much as a coach for hire or a freelancer that's paid per hour, but position yourself as an expert. And there's a number of different ways you can do this through personal branding, having your own website, creating content and doing those types of things, but positioning yourself as an expert will get you paid like one and will help separate you from the pack of just typical freelancers out there looking for jobs. So sales hack number 1 is sell retainers. Now, sales hack number 2 is to avoid pitching people and instead focus on what I call the pain, vision, gap strategy. And it's not something that I made up, and it's funny that I kind of just coined that phrase right here on the spot, but in the course, in the free course that has a link below this video, I actually call this a 3-part close. And basically what you do is, in conversations that you're having with business owners, is you first identify the pain. You help them illuminate the pain by asking questions like, so what have you done in the past for your digital marketing? What's worked? What hasn't? And you're starting to uncover their pain points. Next, you want to start to ask what their vision for the future is. So what are your marketing goals for the next 12 months? What goals did you set at the beginning of the year? Have you hit? Which haven't you hit yet? What you're doing by asking these types of questions is identifying the gap. And that gap is where they are versus where they want to be. And then you can make the assessment of if you can help them get there. Now, in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that you put yourself in a weird position when you go out and try and pitch people because you're on the line to prove whatever you're pitching to them is the right thing and that it works. But if you just sit back and listen, there are plenty of areas and gaps that you can fill for business owners, provide them a service that they will happily pay for because they want it and the expectations aren't as high. I mean, it's ridiculous how many businesses spend thousands and thousands of dollars on direct mail, radio, and things like that that just don't work, not because they want to see an ROI, because they just want to. So position yourself or transition yourself away from pitching what you think a client needs to instead listening, identifying a gap, and seeing if then you can fill that with your skill sets. Now, the third sales hack is to create a connectors list. So people want to work with other people that they know, like, and trust. So when you can tap into your personal network, be it your family and friends, business owners you've met in the past, clients you've worked with, anyone that can connect you with other people. Now you keep this ongoing list and ask these people on an ongoing basis, not too often where you're going to bother them, but as often as it makes sense for the relationship that you have with that person, who they can introduce you to. And now we talked a little bit about this in the last episode in an interview I did with Landon Porter, where we talk about the importance of asking who they know and not if they know anyone. So if you want to learn more about why that's important, of course, go watch that episode, or sign up for the free 5-day course, because I talk about that as well. So the fourth sales hack is to create partnerships. Now there's two types of partnerships I talk about in the free course. The first one being content partnerships. Now this is where you team up with a brand or person who has access to the audience you want, and you create content for them, for their audience, that ideally educates the audience and encourages them to take some sort of action. Now I've done this with patio furniture retailers and other brands before, to varying levels of success. But the better and more efficient partnership that I think you should focus on as a freelancer or consultant is strategic partnerships. So you can go out and find other people or agencies that have an overflow of clients they need to service, or a group of clients that that need a certain type of service that they don't offer. Now the best example of this is if you are, say, selling social media services to small businesses. You could go find a website development company, partner up with them so they can send and refer you the clients who they just built new websites for, who now want to promote that through social media. Now there's countless different examples of this, but it can even be a direct competitor of yours. Do not be afraid to go to these different people and create partnerships so you can help piggyback essentially onto the clients they already have and earn more business for yourself. Now, the fifth and final sales hack that I'm going to share in today's video is to get organized. So what that means is you need to have a simple tool. I prefer Trello. You can go download any number of other customer relationship management tools out there, but I prefer Trello. And what you want to do is organize all of your leads, your connector list, organize your conversations, dates that you should be following up with people, how these conversations went, and really staying on top of all of your opportunities. As your business grows, as you meet more people and create new opportunities, it's really easy to let these stuff fall through the cracks. So I don't want that to happen to you. Get a tool, get organized, and that way when you are every week going and creating time for sales, you can pull out that list, review all your opportunities, and then take action. So I hope these 5 sales hacks have been helpful to you. And again, if you want to go even deeper into these subjects, then I really want to encourage you to go sign up below this video. There is a free link to my new course, which you can get access to, and you're really going to love the content if you enjoyed this video. So again, I am Brian Downward, your host of Laptop Empires. This has been episode number 32. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you in the next one.